All right. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. This is David Thompson with Duffers Review. I am here. This is a podcast every Friday that talks about everything that's happening in the week of golf and everything golf related. It's actually a really unique week so far in golf. We're also in the 19th hole. So, the 19th hole, always you got to throw a shout out and a cheers to everyone here. It's the 19th hole. We're going a little vodka seltzer because I'm going out right after this for dinner plans. I want to make sure I arrive somewhat in decent condition, especially after coming off the course today, running a few pars and birdies. So there was some shots and stuff taken. So we're making sure we're doing this correctly. All right, let's get into what a crazy week last week. First of all, PGA Championship. Congrats go out to Xavier Schauffele, winning the PGA Championship, holding it off, and making sure that the press against live golfer Bryson DeChambeau was held off. Great showing by Bryson as well. I know those that kind of know me won't take that as a surprise, but that this past week, even being a live golfer, he showed some really, character respect that kind of earned my attention watching, a lot of different clips and stuff this week. Leaving the PGA Championship, Bryson tossed a golf ball to a young patron in the crowd, and a older gentleman snatched it and tried to run off with it. And Bryson immediately stepped in, yelled at the patron to give the ball back to the young golfer, stood there and to ensure that he actually happened. And I think that's just mad respect. These golfers are always coming through, fans and gate lines, and the kids are out there to see, professionals play, looking at their idols all the time. So to make that secondary move was amazing. It earned some great respect from me. Great job, Bryson. That was very, very well done. Again, it was a little bit exciting. So the week that made the PGA Championship a little exciting was Friday. It kicked off with Scotty Scheffler getting arrested. I think we've all seen the videos. Or the lack of video with the Louisiana Police Department not turning on his body cam, which is now one of the big issues or to do in the sentencing. I'm gonna sneeze. Apologize. Great that air, right? Oh, see, now that I said I have to sneeze, it's not gonna sneeze. Um, so it made for a very, very unique, kind of start. Friday was kicking it off. I was heading out to Vegas, did this same podcast last week in Vegas. So on the airport, hearing all about this arrest, hearing everything was going down, was a really unique, surprise to the Teflon squeaky clean, Scotty Scheffler. I thought it was amazing that he came back and even shot 5 under on the day. What an amazing showing, from Scotty to be arrested to still push it back. I do love how unique it was to see the whole tournament, get delayed, weather delayed, quote unquote. Until Scotty was able to make it back and surprisingly just make it stay time. So I thought that was very, very unique in its own right. But again, he's the number one golfer in the world. I think they would have done the same for Tiger. I don't know if they would have done the same for anybody else. I think it would have been a unique scenario. So to show up, and ready to rock. However, Saturday, Mr. Smooth and steady, got rattled. And I don't know if it was finally the effects of the previous day settling in. Then I'm sure the media attention that he got, because especially when he hit the tent for his press conference, he was hit with questions left and right that I can tell he was not prepared to answer. But again, Mr. Squeaky Clean, he took a good approach, and I think my favorite meme of the week was definitely, Scotty now can check off one more thing in chasing Tiger's records. So unique club. I thought that was absolutely hysterical little meme to see. and then he just couldn't put it back together for the rest of the tournament, but still finished high enough, that he's still ranked number one in the world, and going out and playing in the Colon, 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 I'm making a look at tournament this week. So, some key factors to take in consideration on this: there were a lot of failures on Detective Gillis's part by not having his body cam on. They quote unquote said that he's getting um, counseled by his supervisor, and were so corrective actions for this policy being missed. So it's unclear what those actions are. We'll see as they unfold. There's been some new videos released kind of showing where Scotty was pulling up in his Lexus courtesy car near the buses that were right near the entrances. So it's kind of unfolding. They say this was probably unnecessary, which kind of led to the third part, that June 3rd, the court day, will kind of tell us more. June 3rd, the initial reports are rumors throughout the weekend at the PGA Championship that the 4 charges against Scotty Scheffler may be dropped. It could be, dismissed by the fact that there was no body cam footage, but it won't be decided until June 3rd. So Scotty has obviously been allowed to leave. He is in Texas playing in the next tournament, which I think he is tied for. He is tied 14th. He's -5, 3 under today, and the tournament has been suspended due to weather. The leader right now is through 17 is 10 under is D Riley, with H Buckley in second. Unique field kind of at the top right now. Some names again. I go back to these are a bunch of no names of the PGA Tour, which goes back to what are people really kind of like watching and paying attention to. The watching and paying attention to comes up for the other big ones. Rory files for divorce. This is almost a very, very sweet timing between the two, because Scotty's arrest is kind of overshadowing Rory's filing for divorce. As everyone is trying to find out, was this a wife cheating scenario? Was this a Rory, cheating scenario? Right now, it's kind of a 50-50 toss, because as the week has unfolded, since him announcing for his divorce last week, there's new pictures and rumors of Rory either rekindling a romance that was prior to just meeting his wife 7 years ago. So it's unique because there's photos and stuff now being seen of Rory and the new in question names. I don't have the lady's name, so I'm not going to spread that rumor just yet, other than those rumors flying around that he's out already, looking and seeing somebody else. Who's to know? The other kind of twist to this is where everyone's kind of leaning towards was this Rory's wife cheating? Is Rory filed, and he filed to have the prenup fully engaged? So the details of the prenup have not been leaked yet, as far as the finite details of what was involved, what were conditions of it. But I'm sure, give it time, as all things in the internet world will eventually come out. So Rory files for that divorce. And I think it's unique. I think it's unique because one of the aspects of golfers, and they're talking about, and they mentioned, are marrying, golfers, such a big ordeal? Is it hard? One of the things that they said is, is a hard it's a hard life being a golfer's wife. That's when it says, um, uh, I guess the split between Rory and, I'm looking at Erica. Sorry, I have a name to put to the point here. Um, and a lot of them, I guess, Erica had stated, has kind of come out and been found, that there are always at tournaments and practicing. There has to be a lot of trust. The source tells tells about the split. And this is what's really really unique is that statement that Erica kind of putting out there is like if Rory's out practicing, and there's always at tournaments and like okay, I guess the trust is for the wife not to be doing something crazy while he's gone. Um, I don't know. Uh, I guess from afar apart from being apart from the spouses and stuff, me and the wife have managed, to be very, very successful. Both of us, traveling a lot for work, a lot for what I do, running around playing golf courses and stuff as well. I'm not living the PGA lifestyle in any way, shape, or form, but I am gone, could be at a week at a time, out shooting and filming different locations. So to each his own is the way I guess I'm gonna say that because I don't want to speculate above and beyond. So the trust factors, I guess, go in a line to how well do you know your spouse, your partner. I also kind of look at these things and go, you're right. I'm also not living the PGA purse lifestyle of a Rory McIlroy. So if the wife at home can't be faithful to that tone, I don't know. I mean, it's people's insights are very crazy sometimes and how and what they think. We saw the same thing with Tiger. Maybe that's just the circle of the beast of everything going around, the PGA Tour. Who knows? It's crazy to speak, I guess, in those terms. But rolled in, and he actually is since that announcement though, Rory has successfully won a tournament and placing higher, and at the PGA Championship, is performing in a lot better manner. So I think there's something to be said. Maybe this is something that obviously was maybe it's a long time coming. Finally didn't happen, but it is definitely released some undue mindset in Rory's world because he's definitely playing a lot better golf, and I think we're bound to see another big win from Rory. I think we need it. I think you'll hear a little bit more about Scotty this week. I don't think Scotty's going to pull it off. I think he's waiting for the results and stuff of June 3rd's arraignment and sorts like this. I think he's got that, dealing around with his camp where I think Rory now has an opportunity to excel, to really kind of spread his wings. And it's unique because I want to see, we need to see, right? We need to see a little bit more flair. We need to see a little bit more excitement in the PGA Tour side of everything. Right now, it's been a common thread that the PGA is just plain boring because there's not enough namesakes or excitement in golf. And that's where kind of like one of the pain points we threw at Scotty being there is it's probably one of the like watching, paint dry, like let's watch golf 101. And you put Scotty Scheffler on the screen, and it's like, okay, great. Here's how you make a chip shot. Here's how you make a putt. Here's how you walk and pick up your putt and walk away without smiling, going on. Well, let's go to the next hole. I think that's why you always hear, oh my God, they're over tigering this. They're throwing this and that. Tiger's not here. It's not playing, but there's always this Tiger commercial where he goes, remember when back here when Tiger, it's because he had flair. It's the reality of it. All the clips they show are amazing clips. Huge fist pumps, huge crowd, explosions, and hyping up of the crowd. Tiger has that, and he had it, extremely well for being world number one for as long as he was. Scotty doesn't. So to see the PGA Championship start to get really shook up, I want him getting arrested. The stories of was Rory's wife cheating? Xavier being way out in front, in the tournament. Another live player making a run at another tournament, that they're allowed to play with the PGA players. There was finally enough interaction and other stories happening that gave last week's, major the pick me up that it needed. But it's still being overshadowed by simple things like, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. And these are the things because I was in Vegas Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Watched poolside at the sports book, circa. It was amazing to see what else was contending and how where the PGA Championship was not taking main stage. and a lot of NBA playoffs as well. Made upsets. Pacers beating the Knicks. Unfortunately, this is a pick 'em pros moment. I don't see the Pacers going any further. Thank God. Pacers suck. It is what it is. Diehard Bulls fan. It's a Chicago thing. So it was very, very unique to see the other stories and aspects going down in golf this week, which brought, I think, good fanfare for all of us trying to get some excitement out of the PGA, tour. So it's time to go back to Cancun, vacation golf. This is unique. I am going to be here in about 2 weeks, heading back down to vacation golf. We've played some great courses so far. Mayakoba, and it's Playa Mujeres. We did the Riviera. So now we're going to go back, and our goal is to try to, get some new courses in. Moon Palace, we might hit the Cancun Golf Club itself, Porta Cancun Golf Course, El Tinitu Golf Course. Also, courses that are in the lineups for us to view for the week that we're going to be gone doing some vacation golf. So I'm really kind of excited to see vacation golf back up. We're going to be doing it in June. As always, we'll be back out in October for our vacation, our annual trips and vacation as well for vacation golf. So this is the double unique episodes that you're going to see, that you're going to have vacation golf twice up down in the Mexico region. We're going to be in Cabo in October for that trip. And we will be revisiting one of our favorite courses, Cabo del Sol. And when I get asked, and just so you guys know, I'm going to give them a little props and out to it right now, Cabo del Sol is one of probably, I think, the most premier golf courses down in the Cabo Peninsula area. Cabo del Sol is an all-inclusive golf course, meaning 150 rack rate, you get on the course. They meet you, they grab the clubs, they treat you, they have a drink for you right away. Go in, get checked in. They've already loaded your golf clubs up onto the cart. They've got waters already pre-stacked for you. Your welcome drink sitting there. They point you to the bar that's right there. Again, all drinks and stuff are included. You cruise over to the range. They have a local pro kind of walking up and down the range to give you some insight of what the course is going to play like today, some key aspects about their signature holes, and some holes to avoid certain areas. At the same time, as you get ready to kick out on this wonderful tour of the course, every 3 holes, it's designed uniquely where it brings you back through what's called an oasis. The oasis is a pit stop that has it all. Tacos, fresh grill, in the morning, breakfast burritos, you can crack off some tacos, up in there, tequila shots, cervezas, the galore, all sitting there ready for you. That's included in your rack rate. So then you cruise out another 3 holes, you hit the oasis again, top that off, you also have a beverage cart that's cruising around the course. So you're never without. It's one of the best courses. I can guarantee you will have an absolute blast. It is my number 1 course, Duffers style, 5 premium shots all day, every day, that I compare every other course running down the structure of their price and their costs to do what we do here at Duffers Review. One of the key aspects to understand, just even if we did a review today, 0 to 50 is a beer rated course. 51 to 100 is mixed drinks. Anything over 100 is premium shots. To play in that premium shots category, I think you have to bring more than just, hey, showing up and it's a nice course. The perfect example to that, I live in Arizona, right? The stretch here for the Snowbirds golf and the uplift and all the prices in Arizona is extremely high. TPC, we have the waste management tournament here. It's the TPC Scottsdale, and that course is at best a spit shine muni. The few holes that they actually put on TV that you see, this stadium hole, everything, these are all spit shine holes, throwing up big fanfare parties and stuff around them. And they've made those look the most immaculate because they're on TV. The front nine, I've walked it for the last 3 or 4 years. It is not a $500 course. And it absolutely pisses me off that even during the tournament, post the tournament, they immediately open it back up so people go out and play. It was a muddy mess. We had such a rainstorm. It shouldn't have been open to anyone to go out there and play. It was not in playable conditions. It took a beating with the 500,000 patrons running around that course. Then they started to immediately start to take down the stands. And it takes them about a month and a half to take everything down. So for a month and a half, you've got about 200 to 300 workers that are systematically taking down the tournament, that are there from dawn and there till about 5, 6 o'clock each day, hard hats, and they still are pumping players out on this track that they're charging $500 for. Absolute ridiculousness. There's 30 other courses within a 5-mile radius of this just shitstone of a course, and it's ridiculous rates, that I can't fathom anyone going there and being happy about that round. And everyone I've talked to, kind of through the snowbird and the traveling, into Arizona season here now, has all stated the exact same thing. They have echoed the same thing. They went and played it, totally regret it. They could have played 3, 4 other courses, and they said it just wasn't worth it. It was in a horrible condition. And I think that, TPC Scottsdale should be refunding people their money. What an absolute waste. That track to me is so overrated. And just to put the claim to fame that they played the Waste Management, tour. I think, unfortunately, after this last year's breaking down of the gates, the ticketing gates, the Thunderbirds they're going to, the rumors, as you hear around Scottsdale, the rumors are their fix to the scenario is to lift the ticket prices to bring a higher quality patron to the tournament. Until you actually hire people to manage that tournament, not take volunteers that can give two craps when the crowd wants to push over the gates and just moves out of the way, they're going to have that problem year after year after year. Tailoring back the fact that they put dance clubs out on the 18th fairway, and wonder why it gets so crazy. Whatever, they're going to have to turn it back into an actual golf tournament and not the big party of the year. If they plan on fixing that tournament any way, shape, or form, the tournament is a blast. From the fanfare, from that fun standpoint, the course, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Go play the Phoenician, go play Quintero, go play Scottsdale National, True North. Any last one of those courses are 1,000% better than playing TPC Scottsdale. Then we got off that high horse there, because we're talking about vacation golf. So if you're vacationing in Arizona, stay away from TPC Scottsdale. It's just not worth the price of admission. All right, where do we want to play next? So we got a couple of tournaments coming up right here. Duffers going to be help sponsoring a few tournaments. We got a tournament here in Arizona that we'll be supporting here in August. And we're also going to be out in Iowa in September, helping do the Battle of the Brewers. The Battle of the Breweries is a tournament it's getting its first shine to light. I've got the pleasure of being able to help coordinate and put this tournament on with my brother, who you've seen in some of our Puerto Rico episodes. And he is trying to throw his hat in the ring in the golf world of coordinating a golf tournament. So I'm helping him out with that component. So we're going to have a big tournament out in Iowa, and we'll be playing at least 3 or 4 other courses, during that week, as always, to ensure that we're maximizing as much playtime in every state I got to go to. And we're looking for the fans' feedback. Here's how it works. If you're watching Duffers Review and you see a course, you talk about a course, and say, hey, you should review this course, I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to find out when's the best time to make this happen. We're going to coordinate it and actually put it on the calendar and come out and play. just as you saw with Team Reno, right? Team Reno, Nick and Colin, right there, they're always, begging me to come back out and play. They have an absolute good time. I promise you, you'll have a great time going out and playing with the Duffers, talking golf and Duffers review. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and mention a course. You'll immediately get put into the lineup of other courses and schedules. We will coordinate it and we'll make it happen. We'll get out there and film together. That is what I like to do the best. I filmed today with Dwayne, Alvin, and Nick. That all were supporting of the channel. They're going to see that episode come out too, because we did a redemption review for Power Ranch Golf Club, and they did a great job. 3 million on the greens. They did a great job turning around that course, and they're still in the midst of turning around. So there's a difference when I say a course is turning around and making some repairs. When you make a very hey, definitive, stake it out, this is under repair, you can see it, we're carving it, we're fixing it. That's one thing I can respect, that because they're showing you they're trying their best to fix troublesome areas on the course and make it a better course. When you go to other courses like Cocoa Valley, they're trying to do it, but they're doing no efforts to show you that they're trying to do it, and let you know, nope, we see it, we recognize it, and we're really, really trying to fix it. Piling up, 4,000 pounds of sand in the parking lot isn't the same as what Power Ranch has done. They've really made a significant change. Their staff talks about it. They really get in the insight and asking you post round, how did you like it? How were the greens playing? Were there any ones that should get an attention? So they're really, really focusing on the turnaround of that course, and their new training facility they have out there looks amazing, and their staff was just absolutely on par. So the redemption review there was a great success, and I'm really, really excited that they've changed their ways and they stood behind it. Because even from my first review, the GM reached out and said, "Hey, we really, really want you guys to come back out once we've gotten through, the greens stuff." And that's what today was. Went out, paid my rack rate to get out there and play. It was a mixed strength course today, and they absolutely crushed it. So great jobs, Power Ranch. All right, guys. With that being said, we are coming to the top of the hour. It's been a unique one. June 3rd. Everyone's going to be watching to see what happens to Scotty. Will they drop the charges? I think they're going to drop the charges. That's my prediction on that. I think we're going to find out here real soon as well, who Rory is playing, hide the pickle with, as everyone who's trying to, see how that story unfolds. The next, few tournaments, I think you're going to see some shakeup. I think Scotty's definitely off of his game. He's going to have to do a full recovery, get back into the zone. The boring day to day, just put it down the middle and score, negative 40 below in every tournament. I also have an awesome idea that I'm going to be pitching, I think, and we're going to try to get this together soon. Stay tuned, because I'm going to make a full video about this, because I think the Duffers need to be seen, need to be heard on a professional stage. So we're working that one out. All right, guys, it's been an amazing quick 30, today in golf. Please get out there, like and subscribe. Let me know what course you want to play next. And with that, you guys have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're golfing somewhere fun. Let me know in the comments where you're playing, how many times you're playing. I already got my round started this week, played today. I'm looking to get a few more rounds in across the weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. All right, everybody. Hey, keep on swinging.